It was like solid. I mean, like
What can I say? I'm a poet.
this part will be in there. So a couple questions that are, I guess, deep, but what gets you excited about life?
This sounds like kind of like Stockholm syndrome, but honestly, like at the current moment, I'm very excited to go to work. Like it sounds so bad, but at the hospital, I meet so many new people and so many new cases. So I think just like learning so much about like medicine and science, especially as someone who's just starting that path, is really nice. Like I feel like there's so much I don't know, and I think that gets me excited because I'm like, okay, like here are all these things that I'm going to know by the time I'm done with all of this.
From that answer, that's when we know that you love what you do.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. No ఎప్పుడన్నా risks తీసుకున్నావా thus far?
I mean, there's a lot of things that could be considered a risk, but I would call like more of a calculated risk. Like last summer when I was studying for the MCAT, I was kind of like, I don't want to extend it for too long. So I gave myself exactly like 8 weeks to study for it. And I could have taken like a later date and like given myself more time, but I was like, no, like I need time for myself, like in the summer to relax. And so like that was kind of a risk, like in terms of studying. And it's also kind of a risk like when I took up when I was a part-time student, because like I guess it's kind of risky in the sense that like, oh, like I might not be able to graduate like early or like with like by my original plan. And I think like the biggest risk potentially, which I don't even feel like is that big of a risk, is taking a gap year. Like I feel like a lot of aunties and like my parents too feel like that's a huge risk in terms of me going into medicine, but I don't think it's a risk. But I sorry, I
No, that's great. You were able to uh, tell everyone that, and you took a stand on your decision.
yeah.
That's also a good part.
Did you have any like funny incidents with your roommates that you'd like to just share? Because you mentioned you had like 4 other roommates
Mhm.
prior last year.
Oh my gosh, my room, like so much chaos. My apartment situation was really fun. Like it was just a very chaotic vibe. But some funny incidents. Oh, oh, my roommate, one of my roommates, like I remember she was like fully in like pajamas, and like she had a face mask on, and she had like those like cucumber thingies, and she was like super relaxed, super in the zone. And then she like takes it off, gets up like super like stressed out, and she's like, "Oh my God, what time is it?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know, like whatever time." And then she just runs out, and we have no idea why she ran out, and we're just like, "What?" Like, okay. And turns out she had like like she had to go to a friend's place for a meeting, so she shows up to the meeting like that, and then she like gets like washes her face and stuff like at her friend's place and like does the meeting. Like I thought that was really funny because like just her like fully relaxed, like fully like stressed out was really funny.
How do you deal with losses and wins?
I do my best, honestly. I feel like with wins, I've been trying to celebrate them more because I feel like instinctually, like just with like Indian culture and just like all of that, I feel like I ended up like focusing more on my losses and how to like fix my losses as opposed to like celebrating my wins. And I feel like I didn't really like grow my ability to celebrate wins, if that makes sense. Like I'm so used to like minimizing it and like, yeah, it's whatever, anyone could do it. So now I've been very much so trying to like celebrate it by like really like letting myself feel all the emotion and not worrying about feeling like I'm bragging, just like fully feeling the happiness. And like I really like to celebrate big wins with like friends and like something to like mark the occasion, which I didn't used to do, but now I'm glad I do. And then as for losses, it kind of depends. If it's a loss that's my fault, I tend to kind of like deal with it on my own, and I'm like I'm too embarrassed to like tell a lot of people about it. But if it's like a general loss, then like I deal with it a lot. Like there's one roommate in particular that I'm super close to, and she and I like discuss everything. And like it's also a sense of like she's also pre-med, she's the same major as me. So like we go through a lot of the same things and take a lot of the same classes. So I feel like any loss that I ever like experience, like I always want to share it with her because she really knows how to like pick me up, and like she's a very positive person. Honestly, like she's even better than I am at like dealing with stressful situations. And so she really like helps guide me and like refocuses my thinking.
Half of what you said, I think therapists told me as well, where you gotta celebrate at least the small wins. Culture definitely plays a part because it culture teaches you to be humble at times, and I feel like if you're too humble and you're not celebrating, there's nothing to look forward to, like you guys were discussing. And even losses, we gotta have our own way of celebrating losses as well, like some sort.
All right, that's it with the questions. Hope the podcast was not too stressful.
I don't think so. I think it was fun. It was like
It was fun.
it was a self-reflection hour for me.
Yeah.
Were the fun round questions harder than the episode?
Yeah. I thought they would be like, oh, what's your like how do you feel about like pineapple on pizza? Like, are you a TikTok person? Like, I thought
Our
they would be
next
like
episode.
Well, we'll take that feedback now.
So how do you feel about it?
About pineapple on pizza. I'm a huge fan of pineapple on pizza.
Let's go.
Oh, thank God. Oh.
Vishal hasn't mentioned his preference yet.
All I can say is I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
That's good, man. We lose friends on our way.
I'm saying, if you want Sunright, you have to have pizza with pineapple on it for me. At the same time, together.
Which pizza place do you go to?
Domino's. I like Domino's so much for one simple reason. It's because like I have an account, so every like 6 pizzas I order, like I get a free pizza, and it's so nice. Like it's close to UCLA. There's one close to my house, so I
thought
always.
you were gonna say the crust or a homemade, was it pan-made pizza?
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I had pizza that wasn't from Domino's.
Got it.
But like I remember like originally like the reason I started my Domino's obsession is because I love the taste of it. Like it tasted better than other places. But now I don't know what other places taste like. So
Have you had Blaze?
Oh, I've had Blaze, but I've only like like the college version of places where like they're not always like the same quality. I've had that Blaze and I didn't like it as much.
You try different locations for Blazes. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, is it better than Biology?
Yeah, so I used to have biology quite a bit, and then I think when I went to college, like my apartment was down the street to Claremont downtown.
Oh yeah, I love
Claremont Village. So there was like a Blaze right there, and so I started going there, and it was pretty good.
Fun fact: Vishal took me there.
I take you to a lot of places, man.
I was gonna say, I feel like y'all have been a lot of places together.
Yeah.
Yeah.